Hey everybody, welcome back to another JT Art video. This is another tutorial video, and this is the final part of this series. I mean, at least for, not series, but for this at least. So, I'm going to work on the sky here. What I'm going to do is, you can see what I'm doing here. Take a little bit of blue here. This is a deep cyan blue. I'm going to get to some scarlet red here, and I'm kind of creating almost like a lavender color here. We've done this in other brief videos. Then I'm going to go in here, do some black in there. Black in there, a little bit more blue. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bunch of white here. Just mix that together here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into these tiny little circles here. I'm gonna leave some space in there as well. So I'm gonna go in tiny little circles here. Sure, when you do this, keep the paint moving if possible. I'm gonna do that. I want to paint on the brush here, so I'm gonna go back into white here. Mix that in with white. Put the edge here. Upwards like so. Put a little bit more white in here. A little bit more white. So go with it again. Go with white again. A little bit more of that. I'm just going to the left here. I'm not going to go to the right just yet. So I'm going to go down here. Again, I'm using white just in this one section here. I'm going to have it a little bright. So I'm just going to bring those colors together. Just bring them together. White here. Down here. Kind of move it around a little bit. There we go. Move it around. Get that there. Like add get a little bit of just plain red and a little bit of blue. Do a little lighter coat in there. Let's do that. We'll see why soon enough what I'm kind of thinking here. So I'm going to do the red here. Mix a little bit of that in. That scarlet, it's pretty strong, so kind of mix that into here. Get that area, so make sure that area gets it. So yeah. Go upwards. Put some blue in there. Okay, looking pretty good so far. So let's go over here to some blue. I'm going to use plain blue on this one. I can do that like that. Some plain blue here. I'm just going to mix that in a little bit. There's a little bit of that titanium white. Heavy body again, guys. Keep that in mind. I'm just going to put that into there. Okay. Get some more of this titanium white over here. I think I got that pretty much where I want to. So I'm going to switch brushes here. I'm going to go to, I think, a fan brush on this one. Going to blue here. I mean, titanium white, excuse me. I'm just going to go down in here. here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring that white down a bit here. Bring it over here a bit. Okay, some more white in here. A little bit more there. Put that over there, so, all right. So I'm gonna, in a second here, I'm gonna switch colors here in a second. Switch it a little bit once I fill in all this area here. Switch gears in a second. Okay, so with that done, I'm gonna probably go into use a little bit of this mild yellow. A little bit of that here. Go into a little bit of our scarlet again. Do that. Got some yellow here. Got some, a little bit of titanium white there. I'm just gonna move a little bit down here. Kind of move that upwards a bit. Just be careful though, because you get close to the edge here, it gets dangerous. And also when you're using, be careful of also that blue as well, because if your blue mixes in with the yellow, it'll turn green. That's not something you want, so just keep that in mind. That. Add a little bit more white to this. Mix this in here. Gonna blend that into there. Probably just go down here a little bit. Got some white in here, so we're gonna add a little bit of white here. A little bit more here. Keep stepping on stuff. Why am I doing that? Okay, so right there. I'll go over here now. Just fill in these areas here. Put some more white in here. Still see those lines, so I'm going to try to fix that if I can. Do a little bit more yellow in here to make that area nice and bright. Now, I got our yellow down there, so I'm going to grab a little bit of more titanium white here. Now now we're going to grab our fan brush. It's a smaller one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a titanium white. I'm just going to blend this together. Just blend that in. Actually, if you look here, it looks like there's a shadow going on there, so that looks good. So I'm going to use more titanium white. A bit more here. Blend that in again. Start blending here. Some white in here as well. Just add a little bit there. And I'm trying to cover up those lines in there. So. Okay, looking good so far. So now, what I'll do is I'm gonna blend that in. What I'll do is I'll just use a clean brush. Just use that. And just do these strokes here. Again, I'm using a clean brush, not using anything on it. Just gonna blend this out. That out. Okay, pretty blended out now. So, what I'll probably do is I might blend that out more, but what I'm going to do is grab some more of this titanium white. Pretty, a little bit more slippery. I'm going to add a little yellow, a little white, and a little bit of water. Looks pretty good there. So what I might do is make that go kind of across there, kind of mix that in. So what I'll do is I'll set this out here so you guys can see. I just want this to kind of mix. Try not to yell this up if I can. I can help it at least. Okay, a little wall of water here, just a bit here. I'm just gonna mix this. With that purple that's underneath, because I'm doing a thin layer, it's gonna show a little bit more under that. So, a bit more water in here. It'll also show that pink will also stay come through. So. That's kind of what I want, except that it just go through. So. Okay. That looks pretty blended out, pretty good. Right there, that does. So I think I might add maybe just a tad, a little bit of clouds in there, just to get it a little bit, just like little floaters, I call them. That's what Bob Ross called them. So a little bit white here, a little bit of yellow here, and I just kind of mix that together. All right, floaters in there. Just kind of mix that in. Some of those little floaters into there. A little bit at the bottom as well. Just kind of have these kind of linger in the background a little bit. Gonna okay, got one there. Go get that a little bit more white. Okay, there's one there. And put one over here as well. Just mix that into that a little bit. Alright, so there's our final product. Good painting. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.